resident art group. I'd like you all to say hello as you have done to Willie, and welcome to you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much indeed. I won't be dancing today, ladies, by the way. You remember when I was on Strictly a couple of years ago? I must admit I had a great time on Strictly. I danced with the lovely Erin Berg, right? Who's absolutely gorgeous. Now, can you imagine the situation? Prior to dancing with me, she danced with Peter Schmeichel, who's one of the fittest and greatest goalkeepers in the world. She danced with Martin Afire, who's one of the quickest and greatest rugby players in the world. She danced with Colin Jackson, an Olympic medalist. Can you imagine her face when I walked in? What I see, this is absolutely true. When you go down, it's all Secret Service. The 16 celebs and the 16 dancers have no idea who they're dancing with. So when you get there, it's literally come out of one door and so I'm meeting her for the first time. So you literally have about 10 or 15 minutes together. You then have to put your bow tie, bib and tucker on, to have your photograph, and then you disappear. So now she's come down to Leicester to the David Lloyd Centre. This is actually honestly true what I'm going to say to you now. So literally I've had that 5 minutes with her. So I've not said a word to her then until she arrives at the David Lloyd Centre. So I took my boys' rugby training that morning, and I was like a little stiff, as you can imagine. So as she came in, I said, "Erin, it's great to see you again. I'm really looking forward to it." I said, "I'm very sorry, I'm a little stiff from rugby." And she said, "Willie, I don't care where you're from, we can win this." That was our first conversation with the the only good thing that came out of it, I was better than John Sargent and Willie. Listen, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. I know a lot of you, I don't know whether all the artists are around.
They're around the room.
Are they? Now, how many of you am I going to stick pins in? Well, some of you will have me completely bald, I suppose, but look, I've got all this hair here, haven't I? I've got my own shampoo coming out, it's called Shoulders. If you've
Right, I'm going to hand you over to Ali, our resident tutor, and he'll introduce you to the artists and show you the...
Are you a good tutor?
Thank you. You will see this one. Thank you for all to coming today to our art show. I'm very proud to represent our group to you, an excellent work they do. So you will see. And now I want to invite all my artists to stand their arms.
Oh, stand next to the... Oh, this
is the...
That's what
this is painting. Willie Thorne.
Wow! Good.
What's the woman's name who was married to Sylvester Stallone? Blonde lady?
Bridget Nielsen.
Bridget Nielsen. This is another true story. I went to dinner one night, Bridget Nielsen's there on the table. She said, "Why are you hanging on to those last 8 hairs?" And I thought, well, this is a woman that's had the same hairstyle for 10 years. That's 5 years. And she's like telling me off. And she said, "You look stupid." And I was really embarrassed. And that night, I went back and shaved the last 8 hairs. And honestly, that was the first time then that I felt bold. I never felt bold until so that's an old picture with the 8 hairs. And this is great because you've got a little diamond in as well that I had in my bow tie. It's a lot better looking than I thought. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, it was good one, that wasn't it? Try him in the way here.
Next one. And the hair painting Willie Thorne.
They are using it.
I've got a suntan there, that's for sure. Let's turn that round so everybody can see it. Not sure about my teeth. Do I ever show my teeth? That's lovely, man. That really is lovely.
The next one, our Hazard, with her painting.
Wow. She's got the double chins. That is They're so good, aren't they? Honestly, I was expecting to turn up and see kind of matchstick people or something like that. That's real. That's really good. Brown eyes as well.
Wow, yeah.
Once again, I must look fatter on photographs, don't you think?
Faces,
I've had my wife along, so look at it.
brilliant, yeah.
Well done. That was an old boat study. Alberto! Wow!
Small cover.
Hey, yeah, that's good.
Slightly longer moustache, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, that's yeah.
like this one here, they've got so much, they've got the teeth showing.
I've got the shine.
I've got a double chin, have I really got that double chin?
Poor lighting. Just poor lighting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Tell me we've got 20 pounds with you. Mary?
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. How good that one is.
That's a nice one.
No. That's really good.
Brilliant.
Got a lovely smile there.
Is that my smile?
Yeah.
I could fancy this fella, to be honest.
That's because she's been drooling over it.
They all look, I mean, I can tell they all look like it, but
And that one's a bit clinic with the...
She's in hospital.
Yeah, does it?
She's not here, but painting is here.
Oh, look at Dozes. This is Dozes. Dozes. Yeah.
I'm going to do exercises every night now.
It would ruin them, then the rest of this. We got another room for you.
Right.
Oh, next paint, just.
Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. Hey, well done, Jack. Who's this? Jack here. But Jack has been kissing stuff about that.
No grey.
You like that one? Hey, that's excellent because it's a bit different to do this, ain't it? With the snooker. Very well done. Yeah, that's nice.
Painting.
I'm just slightly digging head there, right?
Yeah. The laughing one, I do.
His big surprise.
Oh, big surprise.
Is this yours? Surprise. Who's this from?
Oh, this is really good.
His painting. Thorne. Who?
It's a nice painting. It's a nice painting. Yeah.
That's my wife. She's a former Miss Great Britain, by the way. You can see why, can't you?
I've seen her.
She won Miss Great Britain in 1985.
We were selling some of the stuff.
Wow. What's the main backdrop from?
I think that one. I wouldn't be able to choose. I would have to say for the light. Yeah. They're all.
Obviously, it's a little bit embarrassing, well, to see pictures of yourself everywhere. But I'm just overwhelmed how much work's gone into everybody's painting. I think they're all fabulous. I'd like to let you all win. But you know, it's not really fair, is it? But I'm going to be so embarrassed when I just pick one because it's going to be so difficult. But honestly, thank you very much, all the artists. I know you've obviously spent more than 10 minutes doing these. They're just fantastic. And honestly, I wish I'd brought my wife or my mother to see these. My mother, I mean, she's terrible. You can imagine what mothers are like. They always love the sunset. You know, anytime she brings somebody up for, like, say she's booking a restaurant, she'll go down, it's Mrs. Thorne here, Willie Thorne's mother. She's terrible, honestly. And where she's living now, she's living in Pettifor Court in Anstey, which is like all apartments, which are lovely, which are nice. And I opened the Pettifor Court, so there's now a brass plate. So this was opened by Willie. Well, every time she walks in, it's one of those, isn't it? That's my thing. But if she was here today, she'd have loved to have seen this. She'd have loved to have seen that.
Yeah,
How long would it be here for? Would it be? I'd like to bring my mother and have a look at some stage.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep them in the art room for a little while. We can arrange for you to come back in and see
That'd
them
be
again.
great, because I'd like to do that if you don't mind.
That's right.
They're just fantastic. They're really, really
They must be very difficult for
I was thinking.
There's one that really looks, I would suggest, like a photograph. And that for me is something that, when I look at a picture, I think, well, that can't be any more like the person it is or like the view it is. And even though they're all fantastic, the mauve, the one with the mauve background here, I just think is absolutely, I mean, that for me, even though it's wet and then you can finish. But for all the other people, I've got to say that there's 3 or 4 that I won't point them out that I think could have easily have won.
Tell you what, Willie, the memory bank had to kick in.
Yeah, it's very good. But I just think that is absolutely, I mean, that looks like, for me, looks like a picture.
They're smiling.
I mean, every one of them, I have to pick that one, I think that's brilliant. That's, you know, everyone. I'm very humble, but thank you very much for taking your time to do that, and hopefully, I don't know whether we can, what are you going to do with them now? You can't put them in the skip. You can't have 12 Willies in the skip. I just think they're just fantastic. I know, I'm definitely with my mother today or tomorrow just to come and have a look, because she would be absolutely, well, she would cry if Sunday night, you know, so they're just fabulous. They're just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, as you see it compared to the others as well, is that it will stay here today, and if he can bring his mother down tomorrow or within this week, then she can have a look at them all together, and then he will take it away with him. So, congratulations again.